Hey everyone, welcome back to Glass Seats. This is Viddy.
And my name is Mrinal. And in this episode, after the Cup final has wrapped, we got a few trades to talk about.
Yeah, pre-draft trades.
Yeah, we're into the offseason. Teams are making moves for next year. So a few big trades that we wanted to cover here on the show before the NHL draft on June 28th.
Mm-hmm. That's actually the day this episode will be coming out. We're recording it a couple of days prior.
Yep. So ahead of the draft, we have Pierre-Luc Dubois of the Los Angeles Kings has been sent to the Washington Capitals in a trade for goaltender Darcy Kemper coming back to the Los Angeles Kings. The trade is 1-for-1.
Love a good 1-for-1 trade.
I mean, props to LA for getting out of that PLD contract.
No retention on that either.
Yeah.
Insane.
But also, you were the guys who signed that contract.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good look for Rob Blake because they basically traded away Iafallo Velarde, probably a pick, right? Or something like that, or prospect maybe. Ultimately for a goalie who is not very good and on a huge contract. So
I mean, yeah, Darcy Kemper is a cup winner, recent cup winner,
but he hasn't been. I think he got carried by that Colorado team. Let's be real.
Yeah.
that forward and defense was just unreal.
Well, let's be real. LA was also desperate for goaltending.
Yeah.
You know, they've been knocked out by Edmonton 3 years in a row now.
Yeah.
And goaltending has been a problem.
Yes, yeah. And they were the ones who could have probably made a trade for Linus Ullmark, who we'll talk about later. But yeah, I'm pretty sure LA is just happy that, because, you know, they had to act quick before the NMC kicked in for PLD.
Yes, yeah.
The no movement clause. And if they didn't, you know, obviously they're stuck with that contract for a while. So it was now or never, basically.
Yeah.
And I think they made the right choice in retrospect, given that they, you know, lost all these other depth players to Winnipeg. This was still probably the smart thing to do.
Yeah, I think the bigger benefit for LA is getting out of PLD.
Yeah.
Than getting Darcy Kemper.
Yeah. Also, what I'm more curious about is why did Washington want him?
Because you need a center to get Ovechkin goals to beat the record. That's it. That's the only reason.
Yeah, but if he's known to not have a great work ethic, right, on the ice.
If he can set up Ovi for 20 goals in the season, and Ovi can get another 15 by himself, that's all they care.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Can you pass cross ice to Ovi on the power play?
Isn't it weird though that it's just like the entire organization's goal now is not to win a cup, but to get him over that record?
No, I don't think so. We talked about this, right?
Like, but as an entire organization, like, what if you're like a young prospect? You just got drafted by them. Then you're going to be like, why the hell am I here?
To prove your name.
Yeah, but
you have so many openings in the lineup, right?
So you're going to prove your name by feeding it to Ovechkin?
Yes. Yes.
That's just silly to me. I don't know. That makes no sense to me. Why would you so you worked so hard to get drafted and now you're just... You get
to play with one of the greatest players of all time,
right? But like, how are you? I don't know. That doesn't demonstrate good skill.
Because let's say Ovechkin is what 2 or 3 seasons out from being done.
Sure.
And then what? Either you proved yourself good enough that the cast will rebuild around you, or they'll ship you out to a contender, right?
Okay, fair enough. So at this point, the Washington Capitals is more or less, for the young guys at least, it's more or less auditions.
Yeah, and this is a no pressure proving ground where you will still have like a winning mentality. You're not tanking.
Yeah.
But you don't have any pressure to like win the game.
Yeah.
You know, or win the cup. You have time to show your skills that you can play at this high level and, you know, maybe be a part of NHL history, arguably more important than the cup.
Yeah.
Or more impressive than the cup. Beating a Wayne Gretzky record
at
this point has become one of those huge, unreachable things.
Plus the cup that they got in 2018, or Ovechkin got in 2018.
That's the thing. If they hadn't won 2018, they'd still be trying to win a cup right now.
Yeah, I would hope so. Yeah,
you have the cup. If he has a cup and a Gretzky record,
then you kind of have to be in the GOAT conversation, right?
I think he should already be. But it'll be undeniable if he has a Gretzky record, right?
Yeah, yeah. At that point, you're kind of immortal. I feel like
or an all-time record. We keep saying Gretzky record because he has all the all-time records. But it's an all-time record.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it's almost synonymous, but yeah. That's fair. I can agree with that. It's just I'm interested to see how PLD plays into that role, or if he plays into that role, I guess.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have a choice. He has an NMC that kicks in.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's kind of stuck there now.
So
well, he can waive it, but the GM has no obligation to trade him. I guess.
Yeah. So it's almost like a match made in heaven or hell, however you look at it, I guess. But
I don't know, man. If PLD muscles his way out of here, I'm like, do you want to play in the NHL, bro?
Yeah, it's almost given like, it reminds me of Ben Simmons. He was a number 1 overall pick, a tremendous talent, terrible work ethic, and just liked being in the NBA more than actually playing basketball.
I'm like, so do you want to be here, bro?
Yeah, yeah. And I think everyone's questioning that. Yeah, everyone's
or just fucking tell us what team you want to play for.
Yeah,
and then we'll get you traded there, right?
Yeah.
Like, is it just Montreal? Well, Montreal doesn't want you.
Yeah. So yeah, let that reality sink in. Yeah. On the flip side, Darcy Kemper, it's good that he's getting a change of pace and trying something new. Yeah.
Well, he's going back to LA, isn't he?
Right, but like whatever he was doing since Colorado days, and again, they didn't win because of him.
Yeah.
It's just time that he like kind of gets out of his own head a little bit. I think this is almost a mental thing.
Or, LA is not done. They have the cap room now from trading PLD, so something could happen.
Might be a busy offseason for them.
Yep. We'll see. The other trade that we should talk about here is Linus Ullmark, goaltender for the Boston Bruins, gets traded for goaltender Jonas Korpisalo from the Ottawa Senators, along with forward Mark Kastelik and a first-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty big haul for Linus Ullmark, but I mean, Linus Ullmark is a top 5 goaltender.
Yeah. I mean, I think you don't think this is fair?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
If I'm having a hard time quantifying it, so then I guess that means it's fair.
Yeah. If you have nothing to immediately bitch about, it's probably fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of feel the same way. Ottawa's had like almost just like just a circus of goalies, like just coming in and out and not just really working out. And I think Korpisalo is one of them, right? He will obviously be the backup in Boston to Jeremy Swayman unless he gets flipped or something. But to also get a first round pick, so basically they got a former starter that is now a backup, a first round, and a center prospect, which is like, I don't know. I think that's a pretty good haul. And given that Linus Ullmark is getting closer to I'm pretty sure he's closer to 40 than he has 30, right?
Linus Ullmark?
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure he's not.
He is 30.
Oh, he is 30.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Never mind. So he's got a couple years left on him, at least 5 to maybe even 7 years. But yeah, I think this is a solid haul for him.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Ottawa is a little desperate to kind of stabilize the ship here.
Yeah.
So starting with a goaltender is good.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have goaltending prospects, but at least this gives some goaltending depth to them.
Yeah.
Whoever their prospects are to get them to develop. And then, I mean, the biggest thing I think for Boston here is that first round pick.
Yeah.
That's number 25 overall, so it's a late first, but first is a first.
Yeah, yeah, and Boston needs some luck with drafting. They've had a couple of brutal years with the draft. Not even their fault, it just didn't pan out. So yeah, that I think this is a good trade for them, like for both sides, honestly. And we can hope that this is the year that Ottawa finally. Remember, how many years have we said now that Ottawa has such a good team on paper? And
it's
just
been a few.
Yeah. Like hopefully this like actually pushes them over the edge. And I hope this really pushes Ottawa in the right direction, but time will tell, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll have to see on this one. Yeah. But both those teams should be looking better for this trade.
I think this is a win-win situation for both teams.
Yeah.
So.
Rare in the NHL.
Yeah.
But it's good to see.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it for the pre-draft trades.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about what happens at the draft table coming up in the next week of episodes here.
Yeah.
So keep it tuned to Glass Seats. If you like this episode, drop a like on it. Hit subscribe if you want more episodes. We have them coming out every week. Yep. So we'll see you in those.
Peace.